my name is Emily Lockhart. I'm a Gateway Technical student, and today I'm going to be talking about abolishing the death penalty. Death penalty. The punishment of execution administered to someone convicted legally of a capital crime. A capital offense is a crime such as murder or betrayal of one's country that is treated so seriously that death is considered an appropriate punishment. Today I'm going to state 3 reasons in which the death penalty should be abolished. As Desmond Tutu once said, to take a life when a life has been lost is revenge, not justice. The first reason I want to talk about is the possibility that an innocent man could be killed. The names and stories I'm going to talk about are from the Death Penalty Information Center, a national nonprofit organization serving the media and public information on issues concerning capital punishment. Carlos de Luna, Texas conviction, 1983. Executed, 1989. A Chicago Tribune investigation released in 2006, groundbreaking evidence that Texas may have executed an innocent man in 1989. The defendant, Carlos de Luna, was executed for fatal stabbing of a convenience store clerk. New evidence uncovered by reporters cast a doubt on de Luna's guilt and pointed to another man, Carlos Hernandez, who had a record of similar crimes and repeatedly confessed to the murder. Larry Griffin, Missouri conviction, 1981, executed, 1995. A year-long investigation by the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund uncovered evidence that Larry Griffin may have been innocent at the crime when he was executed. The report notes that a man injured at the same crime scene by shooting that took the life of Quentin Moss says that Griffin wasn't involved, and the first officer on scene has given a new account that undermines the trial testimony of the only witness that claimed Griffin as the murderer. Joseph Odell, Virginia conviction, 1986, executed, 1997. U.S. Supreme Court refused to review Odell's claims of innocence and held its decision regarding juries being told about the alternative sentence of life without parole was not retroactive to his case. Odell asked the state to conduct DNA tests on other pieces of evidence to demonstrate his innocence, but was rejected. He was executed on July 23rd. DNA blood evidence has thrown considerable doubt on the murder-rape charges conviction of Odell. Cameron Willingham, Texas conviction, 1992, executed 2004. After examining evidence from the capital prosecution of Willingham, 4 national arson experts have concluded that the original investigation Willingham case was flawed. It is possible that the fire was accidental. The independent investigators found that prosecutors and arson experts used arson theories that have since been repudiated by scientific advances. He was executed in 2004 despite his constant claims of innocence and convicted of murdering his 4 children in a house fire. As it states in Amnesty International, a global movement for human rights, execution is the ultimate and irrevocable punishment. The risk of executing an innocent person has never been eliminated. Since 1973, 150 U.S. prisoners sent to death row have later been exonerated, and others have been executed when innocent. These are just 4 of the men who have been wrongfully convicted and killed. The next reason I want to talk about is the fact that death penalty doesn't lower crime rates. Actually, murder rates in non-death penalty states have remained consistently lower than states that have capital punishment, and the gap has since grown since 1990. A new survey by the New York Times found that 10 out of 12 states with the death penalty have homicidal rates below the national average, whereas half the states with the death penalty have homicidal rates above. During the last 20 years, The homicide rates in states with the death penalty have been 48 through 101% higher than states without capital punishment. As stated on Amnesty, the murder rate in Canada dropped by 27% since the death penalty was abolished. When I look at how murder rates drop when not having the death penalty, I don't understand why states still have it. The goal of prison and capital punishments is to lower crime rates, so if it raises them, then we should abolish it, because the death penalty really serves no purpose. We've talked about the accidental death of innocent men and the fact that the death penalty doesn't lower crime rates. So now I want to talk to you about my last point today, how expensive the death penalty actually is. Did you know that maintaining each death row prisoner costs taxpayers $90,000 more per year than a prisoner in general population? The California Assessment of Costs by Judge Arthur Alcron and Professor Paula Mitchell concluded that the cost of the death row penalty in California has totaled over $4 billion since 1978. It costs $1.94 billion for pretrial and trial costs, $925 million for automatic appeals in state habeas corpus petitions, $775 million in federal habeas corpus appeals, and $1 billion in cost of incarceration. The authors calculated that if the government changed the sentences to life without parole, it would result in immediate savings of $170 million per year, with a savings of $5 billion over the next 20 years. The death penalty is more expensive than life without parole because the Constitution requires a long, complex judicial process. But that's just the thing. There is no need for a long process and millions of dollars. If the death penalty was replaced with life without parole, the money saved could be used to hire security in prisons to actually improve the jails, and it would eliminate the mistake of killing an innocent person. The death penalty potentially kills innocent men, raises crime rates, and costs us millions. The death penalty obviously isn't teaching a lesson other than saying that it is okay to kill if it is a good enough reason. As Victor Hugo stated, "What says the law? You will not kill. How does it say it? By killing." Thank you for listening to my speech.